Let's go to Canada's capital, Frank, where the Sens are surging 7-2-1 in their last 10, a 3-game winning streak. And there was a point earlier this season as Linus Ullmark struggled that I was like, man, you paid a lot for that guy coming out of Boston and assuming he could keep up that level of play in your system. And I was kind of wincing for a little bit there, and I think some Sens fans were as well. But Linus Ullmark has dialed it right in. This is the payoff of trading for a goalie like Linus Ullmark. He has won 5 straight starts. They have points in 7 straight Ullmark starts, and his numbers are unreal in that run. Ullmark's playing well. The Senators team seems to have found a groove. Is it legit?
Well, it's legit. But they're also the beneficiary of the New York Rangers falling on their head. I mean, the Rangers slide out of a playoff spot. The Sens, at the same exact period in time, they get it together. You mentioned Ullmark, 6-0-1. Do you know what his save percentage is in the 7-game point streak?
Oh, probably something ridiculous.
.950. So good. So Ullmark has played a lot better after struggling for a good chunk of the season to start. It seemed like he really turned it on right at U.S. Thanksgiving. And he's someone that he's fully capable of carrying this team and helping carry this team as they figure out some of their other issues. You know, it's interesting to look at the Sens because a lot of their underlying numbers and metrics for the most, the bulk of this season to this point, they would indicate that that team has, under Travis Green, played a lot better defense, but for a long period of time weren't getting the results. So it seems like this kind of push and pull would be evening out a bit for Ottawa. And they have now found a spot. One of the big questions that we've been asking ourselves watching this Eastern Conference turtle race between the Sabres, Sens, the Red Wings, other teams that have, shared that sort of same lot in life, who's going to be the team to break through? But then the next question always became, well, which team's going to fall out of these 8 teams that are in the East and in a playoff spot? Who really isn't going to make the playoffs among this group? And now you see a window in time in which it's entirely possible that maybe the Rangers don't recover from this spiral. Maybe they're a team that does miss the playoffs this year. The Tampa Bay Lightning are on pace for 94 points. They are a little bit more vulnerable than they've been in recent years. So there is an opening for the Sens, and they've taken full advantage.
Yeah, looking good. And we talked about this again earlier today on the DFO rundown. But if you're Steve Staios, and even if you maybe don't believe deep down that this is a team that can win a Stanley Cup, and most would tell you that it's not, you got to add still. You can't sit here and say, let's just roll the dice and see if this group can get in. I think as that front office, you need to show Stützle and Tkachuk and Sanderson, you need to show those guys that you're serious about contending.
Well, because when you look at where they're heading, just that ability to get in this year and finally cross over that threshold to be thought of a little bit differently, not only is it going to give that team an incredible shot of confidence, but the experience that they would get just getting in and getting a taste of the playoffs, I think would be so incredibly valuable. So I don't expect the Sens to sit back, and I would think that they'd be one of the more aggressive teams leading up to March 7th to try and find ways to add, because this is a perfect year, especially if that opening still exists, to get over the hump and be a team that is in the mix for the next handful of years.
Yeah, Kirk is in. We're catching the Bruins, go Sens go, and that fan base are certainly invigorated with this run.
Not far behind either.
Just got one.
Are they 1 point back with a game in hand?
3 back with 2 in hand. So pretty much.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Seravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.